This meeting is being recorded.
All right, David and Tanner, boys, what is going on?
What's up? What's up? Happy to be here. Not much. How you doing?
Man, we're blessed. Every time we're talking baseball, but we're doing a little bit different. We're gonna be talking banana ball tonight. But first I gotta introduce guest host Mike Hughes from Chicago. How we doing tonight, Mike?
What's up, baby? I ain't talked to you in a minute. It's been a little while. I haven't, I just pissed off DB the other day on Instagram. So, I just been kicking it with our
You
dog.
hiding from DB? Hiding from
Oh, I'm
DB?
hiding from DB. DB was livid. I forgot what I posted. I think I said pitchers can't rake. And DB was very upset by my Instagram
Man, you
post.
can't attack pitchers. You ain't heard about that? I mean, multiple guests have done that and it hadn't went well.
I mean, you know what though? I was in my safe space of Instagram, so I didn't, I forgot DB was there. I was supposed to
Just don't go to Florida, bro. Just don't go to Florida.
100%, 100%.
But anyways, man, let's get to these guys, man. We're gonna start off a little icebreaker. I'll start each question. Tanner, you can answer first, and then David. Man, favorite song right now, Tanner. What is it? What's the go-to song right now?
The go-to song right now, I'd probably have to say "Unholy" by Sam Smith, just because that's my walk-up. But every time I hear it, it just gets me going, ready to play ball.
I heard that. What about you, David?
Probably New Morgan Wallen. I wrote the book.
Oh, here we go. Look, man, Mike, since you're on a regular show, 9 out of 10 guests, it's Morgan Wallen. This dude's
100%.
killing the game. He's
100%.
He's got the girls, he's got the dudes, like everybody's listening to his music, he's selling albums like crazy.
You don't miss.
Man, don't miss. All right. Tanner, man, what's your favorite baseball movie?
Favorite baseball movie? I'm gonna have to go with Benchwarmers. I quote it all the time.
Come on, Tanner.
Sounds about right.
100%.
What about you, Dr. Meadows?
I'm gonna have to go to Sandlot.
That's the only answer, Mike. Sandlot, bro.
No, it's not, Jim.
Yes,
it's not
is.
at all.
Because it's my favorite, and that makes it the only answer.
Crazy. That's crazy. It's
What's your
hardball.
favorite, Mike?
It's hardball.
You're from
all day.
Chicago. That's biased as hell.
That's not biased at all. If you don't listen, I don't care where you're from. If you didn't cry when G Baby got popped,
So
something ain't right with you.
I want to watch a sad baseball movie,
It's
man.
not sad. It's inspirational.
Tell yourself what you need to. All right, Tanner, let me ask you, man. You do a March Madness bracket?
I did not. I'm very biased just because where I went to school, but Virginia Tech didn't make it, so I just gave up on the whole bracket.
I was gonna ask if yours is busted. Yeah, mine is. What about you, David?
I'm taking a year off this year as well, since Coach K retired last year, and I was like, this year, it's not gonna be Duke.
All right. Well, since y'all didn't do a bracket, I'm gonna flip it because y'all got that beautiful American flag behind y'all. Obviously, the World Baseball Classic is going on. America's trailing 3-1 in the fifth. Tanner, do they get it done, man?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You don't.
Are you being biased right now?
Oh, 1,000%. It's USA all day.
All right, David. You think they find a way? I heard the kid on the mound right now, 20 years old, absolutely shoving for Japan.
Hey, 7th inning on, USA comes to play.
All right. Well, I obviously hope y'all are right for the obvious reason, but if not, Japan is a worthy foe. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
I mean, they're all right. I mean, it is what it is. Like I think, at the end of the day, Trey Turner's pushing right now, and I love that for him. He's doing his thing. So I would love to see Kyle Schwarber get another ring around his belt. So it's gonna be exciting. But David, brother, last time I didn't have the honor to be here sitting with you. And just for a recap for the people who might not have been there for your prior episode, can you fill the people in and myself just to reiterate where you went to college and what that experience was like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So my freshman year, right out of high school, I went to junior college, Chipola College. We won the national championship down there that year. Then after that year, we went to South Georgia State College, which is another junior college, but in Georgia, it's closer to home. And from there, got a few offers. And my favorite place I've ever been, Columbus State University, Powerhouse D2 for 3 years, including that COVID year. And it's awesome experience there, awesome coaches, facilities, and all that stuff. And, I mean, best times of my life.
Without a doubt. And, I heard that you said it was a big adjustment going from college ball to obviously the Savannah Bananas, from making TikToks to doing all the extracurricular activities. What's been the biggest adjustment for you? And would you say that you've adjusted very well?
Yeah, so when I graduated last year, I came right into the Coastal Plain League, which is their summer league, and I sat down with the owner, Jesse Cole. Is like, you've never experienced what you're about to experience. You're gonna get out of your comfort zone. And I was like, oh Lord, what do I do? So after a couple games, just watching everybody trying to fit in with them, I'm like, this is actually fun. I love this, and I got the opportunity to play on the summer series last year, banana ball, and I mean, it's been amazing. I live the best life, had the best job. I mean,
I'd say you look comfortable now compared to when you first started, man. You everywhere now.
everywhere. I'm very comfortable. I love it.
For sure. And Tanner, man, first time having you on the show. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited to hear all your stories and everything you got to talk about. But for the people who may not know a lot about you, where are you originally from and what was college baseball like for you?
Well, first off, I'm extremely blessed to be a part of this, so thank you for having me on. But I'm a Florida boy. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. I went to a JUCO called Tallahassee Community College. Actually faced DOR back in the day. Didn't know who he was at the time, but now I do.
Was he a scrub? Just tell us the truth, man.
Hey, all I gotta say is Tampa is the best team I've ever faced. Like, still to this day, they were unbelievable in junior college. What was it, 18, 19?
18.
18 was just, I think they had like 11 or 13 draft picks. I don't know. They tied for the most draft picks that year.
Oh, that was the year before me.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, both years, unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever finished a game against them because they always run ruled us. But yeah, so I started off in Tallahassee Community College, TCC. Loved the coaches there. Good facilities. Everything went fine. I balled out pretty well. Had the opportunity to go play ball at Virginia Tech. Each year got better and better as a new coaching staff. It was my first year with Chef Elbin, Fecto, Corey Haynes. They were awesome dudes. They scared me at first year because they had to set the tone right. Because it felt like I was in the military in my first year. Shaved our heads, conditioning, all that good stuff. Ooh. But yeah, so that first
Dang,
year,
you got that kind of flow and you had to shave your head, bro.
I got it now. I'll never go back to that. So yeah, first year we had a little, or like a 1-game losing record. Second year we ended up having a winning record. Third year made it to the ACC championship, and this past year, Virginia Tech absolutely balled out. They made it to a super, hosted a super, but left that place better than what I found it. Absolutely blessed to play there, and had a little pro stint up in Michigan, played in the USPBL Independent League, and back with the Bananas.
I do got a Virginia Tech question, man. The sledgehammer, man. When did that come about? Because that's one of the baddest things in baseball.
Fun fact, I was actually a part of coming up with the sledgehammer idea. Doesn't surprise me just because what I do now, we encourage celebrations and everything like that. But it came about probably 3 years ago. I think it was my true senior year, which was COVID year, 2019.
For sure, for sure. And I myself, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm Jim. I'm a first-time Savannah Banana fan this season. I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of you guys, and I do know, Tanner, you do play for the Party Animals, and David, you play for the Bananas. Could you explain to everybody and myself kind of the difference between those two teams and what that's like?
You want to go?
Well, pretty much it's one big organization. I mean, we're all buddies. We live together. My roommate's Dalton Malton. He's on the Bananas, but we share locker rooms. We do it all together. We have meetings, everything. So we're all one big team until it's game time, until we cross those lines, and we compete with our own rules, with the banana ball rules. When it's go time, it's go time. We try to beat each other, but then once we get off that field again, we're back to being buddies.
And I got one last one, Jim, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
it
go
wasn't
for it.
originally in the Icebreakers, but I'm looking at these two right now, and I read their last names, and I realized they aren't twins. And I just wanted to ask, how many times do you two get mixed up for one another?
Oh, there's probably like 3 or 4 of us that people get mixed up.
Yeah.
I know our announcer calls me every time I make a play. He'll call me another guy in the outfield. So like, I mean, we got 3 or 4 that look, 3 or 4 of us that look kind of identical.
You got
I think
20 guys there that look like Morgan Wallen. It's crazy.
Recruiters have a type though, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, David, man, for those who are not familiar, I'm putting you on the spot. If Tanner needs to help you along the way, remembering them all, give us the banana ball rules.
Banana ball rules. All right, here we go. 2-hour time limit. That's one of them. A walk is a sprint. So any ball for a walk, you can run as far as you can. All the fielders have to touch the ball before they can get you out. No stepping out of the batter's box. It'll be a strike if you do. You can steal first base on like pass balls and stuff. Fan catches a foul ball, it's an out, which has happened like 5 times already.
That's my favorite one. Like, I would want to be in the crowd trying to catch everything.
Oh, it's awesome. When somebody actually catches a foul ball, it's electric. So it's match play until the last inning. So like the first 8 innings, you win the inning, you win 1 point. But in the last inning, every run counts. So that kind of incorporates a closing standpoint for pitchers and stuff. And it gives each team a chance to win at the end of the game. And if the game ends in a tie, we go to a showdown, which is a pitcher, catcher, 1 fielder, and a batter. That's the first round of showdowns. Second round of showdowns is just a pitcher, catcher, and a batter with no fielder. And if we make it third showdowns, the bases are loaded with a pitcher and a catcher and a fielder.
Mike, would you love to be that 1 fielder in that scenario? You want that smoke, don't you?
I would not, honestly.
Oh, you don't? I thought you might like that.
I'm at a different point in my career. I'm here to hang out, you know. I'm just kind of doing my own thing. I think that's where Mike Hughes is at right now.
All right.
Showdowns are electric, though.
They are.
Yeah, no. I told you, David, the first time you came around and you invited me to come in, I gotta find a way to get down there. I've seen all the videos. It looks awesome. Tanner, I gotta ask you, of all those rules, man, what is your favorite?
I'd probably have to say the fans catching the ball also, just because the crowd is just that much more locked in. They're actually paying attention to the game. They're getting loud. And if they hit a foul ball or whoever hits a foul ball, everyone's hands go up and it gets pretty crazy.
So cool if someone catches your foul ball, are you like excited for them or are you mad because you're out? Like, I mean, it's kind of a weird dynamic.
No, you're definitely a little mad. Like it happened to me and I fell to my knees. I was being a little exaggerated, but yeah, it's funny, but it's also like, well,
it's all funny games until some little 4-year-old with his glove snatches the joker. Oh man.
There's a guy in Texas the other day. I was in the outfield and there was a foul ball, and I see this guy run probably 40 yards for this foul ball. He's ready for it and absolutely stuffs it. I mean, it was awesome.
Nice. Next thing y'all knew, y'all were trying to sign him up on the team. I seen it.
Hey, we bring him to the field. We bring him down the dugout.
That's insane.
So no, you're good. That rule aside, David, what would be yours if even if it was that same rule? Give me a different one. What's your favorite rule?
Besides that one, it's probably the ball for sprint, honestly.
So it has to touch every infielder's glove before you can actually make the play.
Every infielder and every outfielder.
Oh, everybody. It's got to touch everybody.
Yeah.
So how often do you actually get all the way home?
Most of the time it doesn't happen. Most of the time it's usually a close play at second.
Wow. Dang, y'all getting it around quick.
Yeah, we practice that pretty deliberately. Yeah.
It's too much going around for me right now for me to be able to play in this, but I respect it. I love the hustle. Tanner, you kind of talked about it though, man. You know, selling out ballparks every single night, having this crowd there. What's that atmosphere like? What does that do for your confidence?
Oh, it's insane. So I think it's going on 200 something games in a row now that are sold out through the Bananas. And so before the game, when we're trying to sign everyone's signature or sign everyone's baseballs, bats, whatever it is, like you feel it right there. You feel everybody. But during the game, it's just like if anything happens, like a backflip from Meadows right here, catching a fly ball, like the crowd is so into it. And it's just like it feels like there's no pressure, honestly, especially now. But it's just like, wow, we're playing a ball game with all of our boys right now. Like we're in the backyard. But it's like the Wii where the whole crowd's cheering you on too. Like it doesn't really matter what's going on. There's no pressure, but it's electric.
For sure, for sure. And David, for you, man, to switch it up a little bit, best place you've played so far, where would you rank them if you could do like a top three?
Oh my gosh, that's a tough question.
That's why I couldn't just be like favorite place. If you top three, maybe not even in order, whatever you got.
Top three will have to be. I'm gonna have to throw Texas up there first. Sugarland was absolutely crazy. I love Texas. Two, maybe Jacksonville. Jacksonville, the line for Jacksonville wrapped around the stadium and through a parking lot twice.
That's how Duval rolls, though, man. I was stationed down there. Jacksonville's a different breed.
It was
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome. And three's probably West Palm opening weekend down there. The crowd was insane down there.
What I need y'all to have happen so I can have a good chance at seeing y'all. It was actually put out there by the Bananas what college baseball stadium would be the best place for y'all to go. And Duty Noble at Mississippi State is the mecca of college baseball. And it is only an hour and a half down the road from me. So that is where I need y'all to go. That way I can see it and not have to go all the way across the country. And it'll be there. And I mean, I honestly think with the way y'all do things and the amount of people that want to see y'all in this area, I think they get the whole 15,000 in there, Mike.
Listen, I'll tell you what, Jim, you can come see me in Chicago when they come play here. And I think that's just why aren't I included? And
I don't
think
want to go to Chicago because that's where the Cubs reside. So I'm good.
that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. You just don't want to be around winners. But anyways, back to what we were talking about before Jim brings up championships. Tanner, I see the Pamela Pumpkin workouts got Jim and Jackson going crazy on TikTok. Whose ideas are these and who comes up with the schemes?
So for the Pamela Pumpkins, I believe that was our social media girl, marketer, whatever the title is, but she runs our social media. Her name is Savannah, oddly enough. Shout out Savannah. Shout out Savannah.
Is it so her name is truly Savannah or they changed it to that?
No, that's her name, Savannah.
That's wild.
Yep. But those videos were her idea. Well, the first one was, and then DR and I, we wanted to keep doing them, so we had to keep doing it. But
yeah, we tried to find like every holiday
Yeah,
Pamela
we did.
Pumpkin.
I think my favorite video though is the one I said something to you, David. The one where y'all go in there. I don't know who's with you. It's not Tanner, but the coaches are sitting there and y'all go into the locker room and do the little thing. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Mike, if you haven't seen that one yet, check it out. It's a little awkward. I'm gonna tell you.
We made
I
that
kind of like it
up
like
in, we made that dance up in probably 15 minutes.
I kind of like it like that though, boys. I mean, that's when it's not no weird shit. Just trying to keep it real. I like it when it's a little awkward. I like when people aren't comfortable with it. I think it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more natural. It doesn't seem scripted. But something I do want to ask because David, you caught my eye. I saw you all over social media. I saw you all over going viral. Something that I want to know, was it planned? Was it just in the heat of the moment? There's a viral backflip of a catch in the outfield going around right now. And I watched it probably 100 times and just thought to myself how many different ways I would hurt myself if I attempted that in the outfield. So I want to ask you, like, was that just a spur of the moment kind of thing where you were just like, man, it is what it is. We're going to do this, live or die by it? Or was that something that you had worked on?
All right, so backstory. During the summer series, it was like our little spring training thing. And I was like, I wonder if I could do a backflip. So I just did a backflip. And
Like just woke up and just, can I do a backflip?
Yeah, I was out there. I was mic'd up actually, and I was like, I'm gonna try to do a backflip today. And I landed it, and it surprised me. So that night, I was like, what if I caught a ball while doing a backflip? And yeah, I practiced it. I was like, okay, I can do it. So I did it in the summer series, and they kind of encourage us to do trick catches out there. I mean, it's entertaining. We practice it every day. It's so much fun. So in the spur of that moment, I mean, it was a good time to do it. I don't think there's anybody on base. Actually, I think there was somebody on base. So yeah, it was scored. But yeah, I practiced it enough and felt comfortable, and I landed it. It was pretty cool moment.
Well, what's funny, Mike, is people don't necessarily research when they see the clips of Savannah Bananas, and I've had people ask, are they real ball players? And obviously, they both just told us where they play college ball. They're legit ball players. But anybody who does a backflip while catching the damn ball in the outfield, what kind of question is that? That's more than a legit ball player. He's freaking special.
Yeah, I mean, I think, the one thing that I really liked about you guys and just the organization, which by the way, don't need my verifications about anything. You guys do your things with or without people being into it. But I think at the end of the day, watching what you guys do and what you guys are trying to do for the game, I saw one guy pitching on stilts, which I just thought was insane. And I was like, man, some of this stuff makes zero sense, but that's exactly why I love it, because you have guys who can't watch 9 innings of baseball because they don't think it's fun. You got guys doing backflips and you got guys dancing in the outfield. And I think it's just a part of your game that, you really don't see in any other sport in any way.
Well, what's interesting, Mike, is, you've been a part of the episodes where we've talked about Tennessee and how they took away the on-field celebrations, which ties to Tanner because the sledgehammer is part of that. Anyway, college baseball is interesting. They're taking away the fun stuff that draws attention. Meanwhile, Savannah Bananas are thriving on that shit. That's what they should be doing. They should be doing things to make the game more fun. Instead, they want to keep taking out all the fun stuff. And Savannah's like, that's fine. We'll do everything and some.
100%.
We actually had a full-on wedding during our game the other day and got 9 innings in.
I hate you guys.
A real wedding.
You guys are horrible. Is that like what goes into that? So like, does somebody ask you, hey, I want to get married during a game, or do you guys look for people who would be interested in that?
So like they reached out to us. You want to explain this one?
I mean, I don't know too much
Shark,
about it. I
Shark
just
pretty
remember
much
the wedding.
summed it up on the thing. So like financial stuff, and there's a lot of financial stuff going on with them. And they reached out like, we want to have what do y'all think about a wedding? And I think it's one of our players, like close friends too. So like they reached out. We're like, perfect. So we rehearsed a 6-minute wedding. The day of the game, probably how many times we rehearsed that thing?
I think it was at least 2 times a piece when you guys were in the field or if we were in the field.
Yeah, it was probably a 40-minute rehearsal of that wedding for 6 minutes during the game. And it was awesome. It was pretty cool.
So like, are there people there as well, like friends and family, or is it just like husband and wife type situation?
They had their bridesmaids, they had their groomsmen, they had everybody.
Now I don't want to get y'all in trouble, so just nod your head if I'm right. Now, it's a wedding now. It's a wedding. So personally,
Nod your head.
myself,
The video is going to be out, Mike. So there's
oh,
still
no. See, that's not where I was going. See, I'm one of those, I could have fun. I could be a party animal. I could be a Savannah Banana.
I got a
but,
question with Tanner being a party animal. Usually when I see the videos, they're the ones that always got the bats that are on fire. Is that just happen to be the way the videos are cut, or are y'all the ones that are able to do that?
Well, for that instance, we didn't ask for permission or anything. They just did it.
Mhm.
So that was the more or less asked for forgiveness over permission on that situation. But it ended up being awesome. No one got hurt or anything like that. But I mean, just recently, Ziggy, the bat trickster for the Bananas, he went up to the plate with his bat on fire also. He balanced it on his head, and then he took a practice swing or one of his trick swings, and the flame went like flying onto the track right behind. So we rehearse the thing sometimes. But for that instance, when there's literally a fire on the field, all the guys just sat around it like it was a little campfire. Like they just played off of it.
I think I would rather try the backflip, because when I get like burned, just like lighting fireworks and stuff, that shit hurts. I'm not trying to hold a flaming bat. That's just not me.
I mean, I do it, but
But you won't do. But you won't go out there and be the one man fielder. Okay, but you'll hold the flaming
See,
bat.
that's extracurricular, and that's not my zone. I just kind of like, you just gotta live in the moment, brother. But for you guys right now, there's so many different. You know what, Jim? I'm not just gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ask them at this wedding, y'all. Was y'all drinking too afterwards?
Oh, they were in and out. We didn't see them after the wedding. When they left, I'm pretty sure they went straight to the honeymoon.
Like it was right in the middle of the game. The hour mark is when we did it. So we still played the back half of the game after the wedding.
As soon as they were off the field, we were throwing the next pitch.
Yeah.
That's the only right answer. That's the only right answer. Even if it's not true. I know the truth. I know where I would have been. But last one from me, guys, before we let Jim take it back over. I do want to ask you guys, your favorite video so far, your favorite TikTok that you guys have been a part of, both of you. Which one would you say ranks? And David, I'm sorry, but I have to do it this time. Number one, which one would you guys rank that you're a part of so far?
Well, for
y'all
me,
can have I was gonna say y'all can have separate answers on this one.
all right, cool. For me, it kind of happened recently, spur of the moment again. But I put a pillow in my pants to make it look like I had a huge butt.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up hitting a home run with a big old pillow in my butt and running around. It was just the funniest thing I've ever done, and they got it all on video. So that was my personal favorite.
It was a
And-
nuke.
And are they ball players, Mike, hitting home runs with a pillow shoved up his pants?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Being from the city, I don't know how I feel about that one, but I respect it. I'm gonna just let it. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it. I respect it.
Mike's used to stuffing something on the front end, not the back end. So, you know
100%. To this day. To this day.
All right, what you got, David?
Probably our opening night, West Palm, we did a 3-2-2, and they posted after the game, and in an hour it had over 100,000 likes. I think I don't know how many millions of views it has right now, but it's probably close to 100 million views.
Well, see, the key with and we know this from just doing our podcast. The thing is, it's not even just TikTok views. You know, you got to do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So the views are when you stack them up, the numbers are astronomical, because people see the ones on TikTok and they're already like, wow, that's a shit ton. But then if you start going across all platforms, it really adds them up. So I mean, everybody's seeing y'all. That's why everybody's fascinated, and that's why y'all are sold out for 200 games or whatever. So yeah, no, I mean, it makes perfect sense. So with that, man, y'all are talking about favorite places that y'all played. Y'all got some, I don't have the schedule in front of me. I know you sent it to me. Y'all got some real good upcoming places.
Oh yeah. We're going to Arizona next weekend. This weekend, I think we're in Montgomery. We're going to a lot of cool places, a lot of cool ballparks, and it's going to be awesome.
So what's the closest is that, because Montgomery's Alabama, is that the closest you're going to be to Mississippi? I need you towards Mississippi.
How far is Birmingham? We're going
Birmingham's 3 hours. I could do Birmingham.
That's probably the closest one.
I'm waiting for David. Clearly doesn't pay attention to my social media, because he would know that I just went to North Carolina to watch Wake Forest and cover them for a series. So I really have no excuses. As a matter of fact, I haven't been to Tennessee the past 2 seasons. I've went and watched them on the road 4 times and covered them because it's easier, because they played at Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, all that stuff. So it's easy when they're close, and they're like, why don't you make it out to Knoxville? I'm like, man, that's a long drive. And then as soon as I made that drive to Wake, I had multiple Tennessee guests that have been on the show, but like, so you can go to North Carolina, but you can go to Knoxville. And I was like, damn, I ain't got one for that. So
Savannah's a little bit closer than those places.
yeah, I know. Well, and the thing about Savannah is my wife actually wants to go to Savannah. She's into the historic tours and the haunted stuff and all that. And I know Savannah's got a whole bunch of that going on. I've only been to Savannah during St. Patrick's Day, where it is absolutely going off. And so my impression of Savannah is legit. But man, hopefully, man, y'all have the best of the times. We see some amazing TikTok videos, but just like last time, David and Tanner, this will be new to you. We're going to play this or that. And it's a game that y'all play, because we even stole a few of y'all's questions to add on to our questions for this video. So I'm pretty sure y'all know how this works. That's your one option or other. Can't say neither, can't say both. Got to be decisive. We'll start with Tanner every time. Y'all down?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is one of the ones that came from y'all. I didn't get to see y'all's answers, so that's why I'm going to go with it. Would you rather be able to teleport or have the time machine?
Oh, this did come from me.
This came from Mr. Tanner.
I'd rather be able to teleport.
If you could just teleport to one place right now, leave the couch, get off this podcast episode, where are you going right now? Just teleport to.
One of the beaches in Australia.
Solid
warmer.
answer. Solid answer. What about you, David? Time machine or teleporter?
Teleport 100%.
Where are you going right now? Morgan Wallen concert?
Might be with Tanner. I'm going with Tanner to Australia.
Man, so I was waiting for him to say a Morgan Wallen concert, wherever he's at.
Hey, he's in Australia right now, actually.
Oh, well, then there you go, man.
It's
Perfect world. All right, this one was probably my favorite one of all of them. Only mode of transportation: a donkey or a giraffe?
I'm going giraffe.
That means you're all about the flash then, because you got to be able to get up on it. It just doesn't look comfortable to ride, but it's obviously, you come in rolling up with a giraffe, you're the man. So is that the reason behind it?
A little bit. It's just because it's different, But they got saddles for donkeys, horses. Why not make a custom one for a giraffe?
Man, I go to the zoo with my kids all the time. They're built kind of differently. It'd be hard to get saddle up that thing.
Probably lay down.
So you got an answer for everything. What about you? I assume you're probably going giraffe too, right?
Oh, giraffe too. I mean, riding on a donkey is just boring.
You know what I've always wanted to see, and they're not allowed to do it because of PETA, but I've always wanted to see, because especially Alabama's domination in football, I've always wanted to just see, like, and I hate Alabama as an LSU fan, I've always wanted to see Nick Saban just roll out onto the field on an elephant. That'd just be the most OG shit ever. Like, but yeah, I'm with you guys. I actually, I would go giraffe, man. I'm about to flash. This next one is one of y'all's. Is the last one that I'm gonna steal. Strongest person in the world, or be able to fly?
I'm going with flying. Just because, it's a little bit more flashy, but I'm a huge Superman fan, and he just looks so cool flying around.
How about you, Dave?
Flying as well. That's basically
y'all are both wrong, and all our guests, because we stole this ever since I seen y'all do it, and we've ironically, we've been hammering baseball guests. All our guests have been, college baseball guests, but we had one female in there. We had the star gymnast from LSU, KJ Johnson, and she said she'd want to be the strongest, and so she's the first one to grip me. Give me lifting all the way, so I want to be stronger than everybody. Bump all that flying stuff.
What are you gonna do with that though?
The same thing I do with it now, throw weights at people. No, I don't know. I just want to be strong. Get accused of roids all the time, and my hard work being thrown out the window. All right, so I asked y'all about it in the beginning, and it was originally on this question. So now I get to ask again. We are now going into the seventh, fellas. It is still 3-1. Tanner, do you still feel Team USA is going to win?
Hey, just like DR said, once it hits that seventh inning, it's go time then. Hey, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
I'm just waiting for one of y'all to turn on your country, and then everyone will hate you.
You think this is going to be behind us if we're going to turn on?
Hey, I'm just seeing if somebody will get risky. All right, so I'm assuming, David, I don't even got to ask you. You sticking USA?
They'll bring Mike Trout up to bat right now.
All right. So this one's a fun one, especially because we've been talking about concerts where obviously y'all are athletes. All right, Tanner, if you can go to a bucket list concert or a bucket list sporting event, which one you picking?
Oof, see that's a tough one.
Yeah, we in our questions now. Y'all's questions weak, bro.
A lot of sporting events.
Can I make up if I'm going to see a specific team?
Yeah, well, we'll get there first. Are you taking sporting event?
Yeah, sporting event.
All right. So what's the sporting event? Who's the team? Where's it at? Yeah, you can give me that. We just had to clarify which one first.
With a concert in it,
Oh, see, that's a double whammy. Yeah.
Y'all cheating now. Stop it.
Super Bowl, whenever the Jaguars get into it, it don't matter where, as long as the Jaguars.
So all right, we for real bucket list because that ain't never gonna happen. But that's cool though.
I'm telling you.
Look, hey, it's so much. But look, when I was stationed there was when they were at the worst of the worst. They basically gave us tickets for free. I think the only time I ever saw anybody was there was on a Monday Night Football game when the Giants came to town, and they packed the place out, and they actually won that game. And so that shout out to Jacksonville on that. But yeah, it was tough times when I was stationed there. They was just trying to get anybody in the stadium. So the fact that they made the playoffs, they're making noise. Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so David, you going with the concert, or you going to a sporting event?
I'm gonna have to go concert.
All right, so since you went concert, and it don't even got to just be one artist, man. You know how it is. You have a few in there, and then where are you going to see them at? It's no different than you was talking about Australia. Some folks come on here and they say they want to go see them at Red Rock or New York, or they got all these places.
Red Rock's definitely. We're gonna have Cody Johnson there, Chris Stapleton, some Tyler Childers, Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen. Can't be that lineup. Maybe a little snow falling.
All right. Well, now we're getting to the two questions that we find out everything about you guys. All right. Let me start with this first question by saying there isn't a good answer. It's just about what way you want to go about it, Tanner. Would you rather be attacked by a grizzly bear or a tiger?
I'm gonna go with Grizzly bear.
All right. Why the grizzly bear? And I'm just let me to be clear, that's my answer too, but I want to see why your rationale is.
Because I feel like tiger, you have an absolutely zero chance of getting away from or surviving for that matter. So I like to have that little bit of fight against the grizzly.
All right. Before I do an explanation, I'm gonna see what David says.
I'm gonna go grizzly bear too because a big grizzly bear, I can move around it. Maybe if I can get around.
Well, we all, me and the other two hosts, we are all on the same train. We say grizzly bear. So Daniel's justification when he's on here is anything that hibernates 25% of the time, you might catch it, and it's down season, you might catch it when it's fixing to take a nap, when it's just got up. So that's the reason for that. The other one is, man, anything that hunts at night, that's scary because you can't see shit. So if a tiger is coming, so there's things like that. And then honestly, man, we were like, it would just be cooler to go out, try to wrestle a grizzly bear, even if you're gonna lose. But it's funny because there are ways to get around it. We had the biggest guest we've ever had, and I don't mean like famous, I mean like the biggest. Of all people, he was the one that said he played dead, which is actually what they say try to do. You try to play dead on a tiger, that ain't working. And then Christian Scott, who may be our fastest guest, the center fielder from Tennessee, he actually came on here and I had the audacity to say he outrun them both, which we know ain't happening for you. But I'm with
if a tiger attack, I'm looking for the nearest pond or river,
Well, I took my son to the zoo this past weekend and I watched the tiger as it jumped from rock to rock. And the realization is there's nowhere you can go. He can't get you. It ain't happening.
I'll cast on water though. So there's that little bit of hope there.
Well, actually, I learned something. The little zoo guy was sitting there giving me knowledge. I didn't know because you said that actually the tiger is the only one of those wild cats that doesn't like water. The rest of them actually have no issue with it. And they ain't like house cats. So the tiger would be the one, jump off that cliff into that ocean. He ain't following.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so here we go. Man, staple question. Would you rather betray your best friend? I mean, ultimate betrayal, Tanner, or go to jail for 5 years for a crime you did not commit?
Shoot. Do we know the crime or? I'm just kidding.
I mean, the crime. You're not the first person to ask that. I don't know.
What's the betrayal? What's the betrayal too?
Yeah,
the betrayal is, we put it like this: there's no coming back from. You and this person will never reconcile. You and your best friend will never reconcile. We'll say for the jail. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think what gets you 5 years. I ain't never been. I mean, I guess armed robbery.
Oh, 5 years.
5 years for armed robbery. That's not that bad.
I don't know what you get for. I ain't robbing nobody. Find out.
I'll probably go to jail. I don't know. I guess rather than having.
What would your best friend want you to do though? Betray him or go to jail for 5 years?
Probably betray him. But it's just the fact that on my heart, knowing that I hurt somebody, rather than trying to fight for my right type of thing. You know what I mean? Just on my mind type stuff.
That is a very good question.
You going to jail too? Don't lie. You don't want to jail.
I love my boys.
Right.
Me and Tanner, we're gonna bunk up together, yo.
I ain't going to jail.
Your best friend, Jim?
I ain't going. Look, Daniel's normally here, and we tell everybody that is my best friend. I'm his best friend. He tells people he wouldn't do 5 days for me, and so he said jail is not for him. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you, depending on their situation, I couldn't do Daniel like that because he's got a baby on the way. He's already got a little daughter. But I mean, depending on their life circumstances, if I had to betray them so they go to jail, so I may do it. I don't know. We have to see.
Hey, one of my best friends is my sister, and I got a nephew and a nephew on the way, and I'll never betray her.
My sister is one of my best friends, and I'll send her ass to jail too. As long as I ain't gonna look, man. I've seen too many movies. We ain't gonna talk about what happens there, but I ain't trying to be part of it.
Right, you're right.
All right, y'all off the hot seat with that, man. With that, give us the Tanner. We'll start with you, man. We want everybody to be able to follow. Obviously, you can follow the Savannah Bananas on all social media platforms, but to follow you yourself so they can keep up with what you got going on, man, where can they find you at?
It's kind of the same thing. We're working on a little Instagram ordeal right now, but TikTok, it's I believe it's the Party Animals. It might be THA, but TikTok's our main platform right now. We're slowly growing it.
What about you individually?
Oh, me individually, pretty much all platforms. I just started up YouTube. That's Tanner Tender Thomas, my stage name. Instagram is Tanner Thomas _ TikTok is Tanner Thomas 23, and that's my big 3 right there.
There you go. What about you, Dave? Where can they find you?
TikTok's David.Meadows and Instagram is Dr_Meadows.
Dr. Meadows. That's what I say. No DR. That's Dr. Meadows.
My stage name is Doctor.
He comes out there with a little coat.
There you go. That's what's up. Well, that's where you can find these boys. Hopefully, anybody who's listening is interested. They'll see it, watch the videos. Maybe they'll make the trip to wherever they're coming. Maybe they're coming to a city near you. But if not, keep up following them on socials. It's nonstop entertainment every single day. Want to thank you guys both for coming on. I don't know where my other host went. Obviously, people on video are going to notice that he left. Audio, they won't. But I don't know. Maybe he lives in Chicago. There might be a drive-by. Just keep it real. So it is what it is. But, man, hopefully they can make it out to watch y'all play. Hopefully I can make it out to watch y'all play. And, man, nothing but the best of luck to both you guys as y'all finish out the rest of y'all season.
Yeah, thank y'all for having us on. It's always fun. Being my second time, I'd love to do it again. It's always a blast talking.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, if y'all need anything from us, reach out along the way. That's David Meadows and Tanner Thomas, everyone. If you like hearing their story or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please like and share on Facebook and Instagram. Retweet us on Twitter. Comments, ratings, and feedback is always welcome. We will see everyone back tomorrow night for episode 21 with Brooks Auger and Pico Cone of Mississippi State baseball. But in the meantime, remember, strong bodies, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.